Thank you everyone for. Am I audible, Parag? Hello.
Yes, Vijay. Hi.
Yeah, hi, Parag. So first of all, I would like to thank you, each and everyone to join this webinar on a Friday evening. Without taking much of your time, I will just like to give a brief about BeyondIRR. So we are a wealth tech business. We help MFDs, RIAs, wealth managers to grow and scale their business with our technology solutions. Um, we started this journey around 3 years back, and we are with our aim to help this segment. We are supported by some of the very marquee investors like Nitin Kamath, Sujit Kumar. Um, so that is brief about us. So Parag, I would like you to just start with our proposition, how we can help this segment to grow and scale with our wealth solutions and technology solutions.
Hello.
Yes, Parag, we can hear you now.
Sure. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Vijay, for setting the background. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. As you know, today we are trying to, cover a topic which is very interesting and very important for all the people who are in wealth business, which is what are the various ways one can explore to grow and scale their respective wealth business. So that's where we are trying to come out with some offerings which we believe can be of great use for you to grow and scale your wealth business. We'll talk about some of those things as to how you can do that. And we'll focus on things which are largely related to the platform so that you can use that platform to achieve that particular growth and scale. So I'll do one thing. I'll start with straight to the demo of the platform and then talk about the use cases which can help you take your business to the next level. For that, I will share my screen and then we'll go through the features of the platform one by one. You would have seen our website and using that, I'll start giving the demo. So I'm sharing my screen for that.
So Parag, till the time Parag shares the screen, I would like everyone to participate in this webinar by putting their questions in the Q&A section. We will be trying to cover each and every question during the webinar, if it is related to a certain point, or at the end of it.
Sure. Thanks, Vijay. So I'm sharing my screen now. This is BeyondIRR. So the objective is to give you warm leads. So either through your cold leads, convert those leads into warm leads, and also actually convert those warm leads into clients. That's the objective which we are building our capabilities at BeyondIRR. So you can go to some of those things in terms of solutions that we are building. So as you can see, we are looking at client acquisition, client engagement, and client retention. So all these three things which are part of our solutions we'll cover today. First piece that we are going to focus upon is client acquisition. So now I'm assuming that you are already a user at BeyondIRR. If you're not, there is a journey that we have. So if I go to, let's say, again, BeyondIRR, there is a journey which you can start at your end, which is through a free trial. So you can go to a free trial and start your journey immediately, which will take you to a sign up screen. It's a very, very easy thing to do sign up. So in just 3 steps, fill in some basic details and you can start your sign up. One important thing that you need to know about us is that we are a B2B platform. So we don't cater to B2C at all. And that's why in the sign up journey, you will see certain questions which are related to people who only MFDs or RIAs can respond to that question. For example, what is your ARN number or a RIA code, right? So a B2C person will not be able to give us the code, or nor he or she will be able to verify the email ID, because we will send an OTP to the email ID which is registered with SEBI and MFI using which you'll have to verify certain stuff. So there is a journey that we have wherein we ensure that you are able to do certain stuff, but available only to B2B on a B2B basis. So that's the sign up journey. You need to click on start a free trial and then start this. Now assume you are already onboarded with BeyondIRR as one of the MFDs or RIAs. This is going to be your login screen wherein you need to put your username, password. Username is a unique set of characters is what you will get. You'll have to save this username in your browser, so that every time you need not look for this, you will find this username in one of the emails that we will send you post the successful sign up. But do ensure that you are able to store it somewhere, either in your browser or somewhere, so that it is easily accessible to you. We have not mapped email ID on this for a particular reason, which we can talk about later. But let's assume we start the journey here. You log into the platform. This is BeyondIRR platform. You will see your logo here, which is your logo here. So this platform is a white label platform, specifically because this platform also provides a journey for prospects and clients. Okay, so the idea is that we give you certain stuff which you can share with your prospects and clients, and that too without getting into anything related to becoming a sub-broker of BeyondIRR. No, we are not into that particular piece. We are not asking anyone to become our sub-broker. We believe that you are going to run your own business. You have your own ARN number and you want to do things on your own. What we are giving you are tools which are very, very important for you to take your client discussions, client engagement to the next level. So as I said, you will find your logo here. In your journey that we have, we will ask you for the logo, etc. On the home page, you will be able to see user guide, ability to create model portfolios, SIP proposals, instant mutual fund review, lump sum proposals, and also you can define your own whitelist of products. So all the menu items which are important here, you can also find all those menu items as quick links here. Okay. I'll start with one simple piece, which is instant mutual fund review, the most powerful piece that we have realized that it has seen huge amount of traffic from a platform perspective. So what you will get, this is a page which is available to you and available to you only. Okay. You will get a particular link. This link will be, this is called subdomain. What you are seeing here, which is Dipesh, is called subdomain. Now let's assume your brand name is, let's say Quick Wealth. Okay, so you can say, instead of Dipesh, in your journey you can say my subdomain name is Quick Wealth. So it will be positioned as quickwealth.beyondirr.com, so that your users are also able to recollect your name. So without really building a website, we are able to give you a subdomain. Now, what is the advantage of having this particular link, and why this link piece is that so that you can use this link to put it up on your website. Okay. How will this link get used when this link is on your website? If you are able to go to, and use your social media presence and tell your cold leads, warm leads, prospects that come to our website and view, track your consolidated mutual fund portfolio. Okay, so I'll tell you what will happen when someone clicks on this link, either when you are sending this link to your prospects over WhatsApp, or when you are sending this link to people by telling them come to my website, which is come to the website of your business, they will be taken to this page, which is review and track your consolidated mutual fund portfolio. You can see your logo here. This is where again it will be white labeled, but on top of it you can see this is beyondirr.com with your subdomain, which means the client is able to recollect your brand name because it is appearing at two places, one at the URL level and second on the logo space. Now this journey that we have, this journey that we are right now going through is a journey of a client or a prospect. We were here. This was your journey. This is your page, right? You can click here and you can go to all those screens, but this is your page as a MFD. But when someone clicks on this link, which is on your website, or you are taking this, clicking on this link while you are sitting along with client, or you are promoting this link on a social media platform, that clients can review and track their consolidated mutual fund portfolio. They will be taken to this page. Okay, on this page you can say I am trying to, let's say, create or access my account. So let's say I go here and click on one of the emails. So let me see if I have access to this account. 1 second. I will. Yeah. So what I'll do, what I have done is that I'm trying to access or I'm trying to do a journey as an investor or as a prospect of someone who sent me this link, and I'm trying to either create or access my account. Okay, so I have used this email ID. On this email ID, I would get a OTP. This is the OTP, which is 965708. I will put this OTP here. Sorry, I forgot. 965708. 965708. I click here and submit and next. Now, because I am a new user, for the first time, the system is asking, how do you want to access your mutual fund portfolio? Remember, the heading is track your consolidated mutual fund portfolio. And we are asking the client that tell us which way you are going to select your mutual fund portfolio. You can select it using OTP, or if you have a CAMSCAS, you can do that. I'll say, okay, let's do it through OTP. So I go here and I put a PAN number. Okay, one of the PAN numbers that I know, and put up a mobile number which is linked to this PAN number. Otherwise, OTP will not come, because what we are trying to do is that we are trying to pull the mutual fund portfolio of this PAN number. Okay. Now, we say again, request for a OTP. This OTP will come from a platform which is called Mutual Fund Central, which has been created on the basis of mandate of SEBI. So from this platform, I will get a OTP, which I have just received, which is 368655. Once you click here, what will happen is that our system will go fetch the details of mutual fund portfolio for this PAN number, which is mapped to this mobile number, right? While it happens, it says verification is successful. So your prospect or your client or your warm lead can complete their risk profiling questionnaire, which is already there. Or if they know that they consider themselves as a risk seeker, moderately aggressive, they can choose their risk score. They can choose their investment horizon, let's say 10 years, and click on next. When they click on next, they will figure out that the system is already saying we have processed the data, we have analyzed the data, and we have sent you an email also. So now you can see a portfolio which is of this particular client for mapped to this email ID with this risk profile for this risk investment horizon is already on your screen. Got fetched in matter of seconds, right? So 55% equity, 44% debt, 0% alternatives. 17.17 is the value. You can see the entire portfolio here. What is interesting is you can also see since inception XIRR of the portfolio. So if I say, let's say Kotak Small Cap, you can see since inception XIRR 27, benchmark XIRR 29. So this product probably has underperform, outperform, etc. You will be able to see that. Portfolio level XIRR since inception is around 15%. Within equity, portfolio level XIRR is 17%. Benchmark XIRR is around 16%. On the debt side also, you can see the XIRR of the portfolio, and debt quants you can also see. You can go to performance section. For every category, you will be able to see XIRR. For the different brokers which client is using, you will be able to see that also. Now, I am telling you that this is a client journey right now. We are on a client journey. This is client login, and client can log out from here. Client can change their risk profile. Client can change their investment horizon, and then do a log out and log in again. When I log in, it will not fetch the portfolio from MF Central again. It will fetch the portfolio of MF Central only when client clicks on update portfolio, which is maybe client can do it once in a week, maybe once in a month. But the tool that you are giving in the hands of client is that they are able to get a place where they can see their consolidated portfolio. Today, to see their consolidated portfolio, they are calling for CAMSCAS. Gone are the days to call for CAMSCAS, because we have built facility wherein they can look for their MF portfolio on a daily basis, update that on the basis of OTP if they want, look at the value, and this value will be updated on a daily basis on the basis of NAVs. So whenever they log in, they will see a new value. Okay, so it's more like your apps like Zerodha and Grow, where people go, a lot of retail people go and look at their portfolio on a daily basis. Similarly, now on your website, if you put this link on your website, client can come to your website and look at the value of their mutual fund portfolio. This is for client. Okay, I'll now go to your journey. You click here
Parag,
again.
before we go to the journey, I just want to ask one thing, that if at what scenarios one should update the portfolio, because the NAV gets updated on a daily basis. What are the scenarios wherein a client is required to update a portfolio?
Obviously, there are a lot of clients who are doing SIPs on a monthly basis, right? If there are multiple SIPs going, which are done on a weekly basis, maybe once in a week they can do, or maybe once in a month. Because we, anyways, as long-term investment advisors, we don't promote clients to come on look at this on a daily basis. But maybe whenever there are transactions which are happening, which client is aware of or which MFD is aware of, they can request the client to update their portfolio so that they can feel the overall, advisors know when the last transaction has happened, so they can tell the client that, sir, now you can update your portfolio and you'll be able to see the fresh one. So only, I would say, once in a week is good enough.
Okay, got it. Or at times when a client has done a new transaction, the advisor has done a new transaction with the portfolio, they can ask them to update the portfolio and check the updated one. Got it.
Yes. Right. Now you can see on your login, which is login of the MFD or RIA, you can see this new row which is appearing here, right? You click here and you will get exactly the same view which client has got. Okay, it is exactly the same view. What you're getting as MFD are few things which are not available to client, because we don't want to give this to the end client, which is performance and insights report and analytics report. Okay, I'll pull this report for you. So both these reports, this first one is downloaded, and both these reports are in presentation format. And from a file perspective, it is both these are PPTs. So that is, we've just downloaded 2 reports. We'll go to downloads folder. Okay, let me close all. And let's go to downloads folder. So in downloads folder, you can see both the reports, right? So let's open the first one, which is performance and analytics, performance and insights report.
Parag, I think
so this is the type of
some
presentation that you will get.
some network
These
issue.
are, we can
If you
talk
could
about them.
repeat.
But what you are seeing here is that you are able to give. Is my screen visible?
Your screen is not visible now.
Is it? Okay, 1 second. Should I reshare, Vijay?
No, I can see the screen now. It went a minute back. Yes, it is visible. Yes.
Now can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the type of presentation which will come to you. It has lots and lots of slides. You can see there are 24 slides which has come up in that particular short period of time. Now, when you so there are a lot of insights which are there. You can pick and choose which type of insight you will find is relevant for which type of your prospect or client. So, for example, in this particular case, you are seeing that the portfolio which is there mapped on a NAV basis. Okay, we have converted the entire portfolio of the client like a fund and generated a NAV of that particular portfolio and mapped the entire NAV movement on this particular chart along with the NAV movement of, let's say, a broad market equity index, which is NSE 500. And now you can see differences as to how portfolios has moved on, etc., etc. This is various time periods when portfolio was seeing a negative return. Okay, when the portfolio was seeing a negative return, how did the portfolio perform versus the benchmark? How did the portfolio go down? How much the portfolio did go down versus the benchmark? So all of those things can be seen here. So you can see certain time periods when markets went down more than the portfolio, etc., etc. Whereas towards the end, you can see portfolio went down more than the market sometime in 2023, right? In this slide, this captures the overall since inception XIRR of the portfolio. So it is not a XIRR of portfolio which you are managing. It is a portfolio which maybe client would have done something, etc., etc. So it will give the entire picture of the portfolio to the client, and it is compared to the benchmark. It also gives a picture of how much losses client has seen since inception. So this is a performance slide. Now, because this PPT is only available to you, you can easily figure out which slide to add, which slide to remove when you are sending the PPT to the client. You may want to include a slide or remove a slide. That's completely up to you, right? This is an extremely important slide wherein most of the clients that you might be managing are trying to achieve one or the other goal. So, for example, goals for retirement, goals for their kids' education, etc. So you can, from this slide, you can figure out that the current corpus of the client is around 17 lakhs. If this corpus is grown at 12% CAGR, the client will be able to cross like 50 lakh rupees over a period of 10 years, right? So you can tell those things to the client without really knowing about the client. You can strike now a conversation on goals. So this idea is that we give you talking points to interact with your prospects and cold leads, and wherein they are able to share more information about their goals without you specifically directly talking about those questions. Because when something comes out of the client's end directly, it is much better instead of you asking those straight questions. Coming to now, these are all performance slides. So what we have done is that for the entire portfolio of the client, we have calculated everything which you are seeing here, which is since inception XIRR and benchmark XIRR. So you can look at those things and tell the client how is it. Your mutual fund category allocation level XIRR and benchmark XIRR. AMCs that this particular client is invested in, and XIRR on the basis of AMC. And you can see allocation, you can see weights of that particular AMC. You can figure out if there is too much allocation on a particular AMC. Do we need to diversify it across AMC, etc. Schemes that you are invested in, their XIRR. So every single scheme that the client has invested, we are able to calculate invested value, current value, scheme IRR, and benchmark XIRR. Top 5 schemes and bottom 5 schemes for the client. Obviously, bottom, you should typically find only the debt schemes. But if you are getting lot of equity schemes also, they definitely need some discussion. This is a slide where we are trying to identify if there are any laggards in the client's portfolio. So schemes which are in Q3, Q4 quartile basis, on the basis of rolling returns since inception. Okay, so this particular fund is having a rank of 21 out of 35 ELSS funds with the quartile ranking of Q3, right? Now you can see very interesting slide. This particular client doesn't have a single fund where the overlap. Okay, what are we trying to understand here is there an overlap between two funds? Now you can see there is no single fund where the allocation or the overlap is more than 44%, right? So 7 and 10 have an overlap of 44%, which is okay, not bad. Okay, you are comfortable with that. So it's a good character. So it's a very well structured fund from a portfolio from that perspective, right? Another piece, what we are trying to cover up on this piece is that we are trying to figure out the risk return of the benchmark, which is the gray dot on the screen on this particular slide. From there, we are calculating a particular box which is highlighted in red color. Everything to the right and left is high risk, low return as compared to the benchmark. Okay, you can see the portfolio is outside the red box, which is lower risk, low return, but at least outside the benchmark, which is not high risk and low returns. So there are like around 3-4 schemes which are there in the portfolio, wherein on a relative basis, the client is taking higher risk, but getting lower returns than the benchmark. Okay. So if you want to look at those funds, you can see those funds here. So maybe these funds are worth evaluating from a client perspective. Okay. Think of it from a prospecting journey, right? You are able to give so many insights to a prospects. We are moving to behavioral aspects of a client. This client is 100% into large cap. Now your client may be 100% into regular. You are able to figure out if the client has started doing some direct plans. So you know whether this prospects or client, how is it doing? So what are the things that you are getting is that you are able to get, overall wallet of the portfolio. You are able to get back of your mind what is the potential of the client. You are able to get what is your wallet share. You are able to get the behavioral aspects of the client. You can see whether the client has started investing in direct plan or not. You can see what is the average holding period of the client, etc., etc. Now in this slide, what is important is third last column. Okay, total net new investments during the year. You can see, is there a uptrend? Are there any excessive outflows which have happened in a particular year? Is that client trying to time the market, etc., etc.? So all those things are here. This is a slide which is at a folio level. So you are getting folio details here of every investment that the client is having. So you can see Mirai Asset ELSS has 4 folios. So multiple investments done using different folios in different years. But you can also see that the holding period of all these funds are in the last column, which is long term. Already all these funds have gone long term. For ELSS, we have made it long term only when it is more than 3 years, right? So every single investment is in long term period here. Next is we are telling you where is the client, how is the client investing. So list of all the distributors through which client is investing and different asset classes, allocations into different asset classes. This is since inception benchmark and portfolio XRR at a overall level as well as at a asset class level. So you can compare how the portfolio is done, who's done good, who's not done so good. And then we are covering certain dates as to which dates we have used for different pieces. This is the presentation, which is the first one, came out of just by client sharing, prospect sharing one simple OTP with you. I'll give you one more powerful presentation, which is analytics one, which gives you what type of risk or concentration client is taking in this portfolio. So you can see equity debt proportion here. You can see all the holdings and percentages there. Now we are going into each asset class. Within equity, you can see the client is having 46% large cap, which means 54% mid and small, right? Compared to benchmark, you can see the first line, all the analytics are automatically written. You need not worry about what to write on a particular slide. You can see that mid and small cap exposure is 54% as compared to benchmark, which is 27%. Now, if you want to write a line, you can add that line, right? Because it is in PPT format. There is no PDF. There is no image. Everything is editable. You can say because we are bullish. Let's assume we are comfortable with this, and we are bullish on mid and small segment. Okay, so whatever is your market view, you can capture and edit this PPT. Okay, so you can see all the analytics and the insights here. Next, we are telling you what are the sector exposures of this client. So broadly in line, but if there is any underweight, overweight, which needs to be highlighted, it is already written at the bottom. These are the top 10 stocks, top 5 sectors. So you can figure out, tell the client that, sir, your holdings through mutual funds are already giving you 5.2% weightage to HDFC Bank. So don't buy this directly at your end. It will increase the exposure too much on HDFC Bank for you. So you can have all those discussions with this. This is very powerful for every single fund in the portfolio. You are able to capture large, mid, small along with the AUM of the fund. Next slide, you are able to capture the performance of every slide every scheme along with the benchmark performance. Then we come to debt portion of the portfolio. You are able to get second line. Duration of the portfolio is 5.9 years. YTM is 7.5 years, right? So you are able to see all of that. YTM, duration, AAA, AA. 1 second. So you are able to see 1 month, 3 month, and up to 5-year performance of the fund. These are again the data points that we used, and that's it. So this is what you will get by just getting client to update their portfolio and look at their portfolio. This again, I repeat, these presentations are not available to the client. These are available only to you. So we are now done with instant mutual fund review. Vijay, any questions that are there as of now?
Yes, Parag. So I think there are some questions, but they are more related to the costing part of it. How do we charge on it? Because it is an API-driven thing. So Mr. Raghu Yadav is asking about that, but I think that will cover with the pricing part. One thing which we want to know about in this uh, is this a document which someone can use before meeting a client, or how typically a wealth firms or a wealth RM works, how he takes the presentations to the client to have discussions on the same?
See, wonderful question. Thank you so much. Who has raised this question, Vijay?
So I can't identify the name here because
No problem.
name is not visible. Yes.
No problem. So, excellent question. So this presentation is in presentation format so that you can share it with the client. That's the whole purpose. Because if client is able to see such a presentation, they should get the feel that you spend time for their relationship. You value the relationship. You value the relationship to a level that you've worked so much that you spend time and effort to go through the portfolio of the prospect or the warm lead or the client, and that's why you are able to generate so many thoughts around the portfolio. So obviously the idea is typically wealth firms, we come from wealth industry. We have around 22 years of background. I myself have around 22 years of experience in wealth industry. We are used to all these type of presentation being made manually in wealth industry. That's why we believe that there is huge value add wherein if such powerful presentations are delivered to the clients by MFDs, clients will really appreciate. You will be able to compete with larger wealth houses, and you'll be able to take those insights to the clients which they are used to from their larger clients, larger partners, larger wealth firms and banks. Depending on which slides you are comfortable with, keep those slides. Definitely worth sending it to them over email or having a discussion on a one-on-one basis with those clients.
So can you give us an example, not name, example that recently if someone has used similar thing to garner more clients or increase the wallet share, can you just highlight the case if you have in mind?
Sure. So, okay, let me stop the share and let me take it back on the screen over a video. So, see this, there are multiple use cases. So, let me highlight one particular use case. I am sure you would have seen advertisements of this particular fintech or a wealth tech firm, which is now being talked about by so many professionals because they are reaching out to professionals. They have a particular app on which they have released this particular feature, which is to track your portfolio, and they're giving insights on that particular app, right? I'm sure many of you would have used that particular app. They have been able to garner more than 50,000 crores worth of AUM from their prospects, and they are now reaching out to all those prospects one by one. Okay, I'm sure many of those would be of your clients. We've built the same thing wherein we have delivered the journey to a client, but also giving you a very, very powerful presentation so that you can have a discussion with client after a couple of days over a weekend and tell the client that you've spent time and effort on their portfolio and looked at the portfolio and giving you this presentation which captures how their portfolio is done over a period of time, right? There is a lot of stuff which is happening. We are also live with a couple of large enterprises who are using this particular platform and taking it to their clients as well. So I can tell you that, you know what, tech is going to become very, very important piece of wealth business. The earlier we imbibe the tech pieces so that we can scale our practice, the earlier we do, the better it is. So for example, these things which we are now seeing will slowly but steadily will become hygiene for the industry. Okay, so all those things which become hygiene, it becomes important, because if larger wealth firms, fintechs are doing it, there is no way in which, you know, people can avoid not to give to their clients. It will become a very, very common practice to deliver presentations to the client. That's why we want to empower every single person who's part of the wealth industry, that you increase your client experience levels and send these type of presentations to your clients.
Parag, there's a follow-up question which is more regarding the compliance angle of the same. So Mr. Nishant Gupta is asking, is the presentation SEBI MP compliant for MF distributors? Can they use these kind of presentations to communicate with their clients?
So see, ultimately it is your ARN number getting used. It will be in your branding. You will have to have your in-house viewpoint on what type of slide you are comfortable sharing with the client or not comfortable sharing with the client. We have built these slides on the basis of feedback that we have received from the market. I can tell you all these slides are being used by one or the other person. But from a compliance perspective, for example, MFI due diligence, SEBI, etc., you would have to take your own viewpoint and figure out whether you want to use what type of slides. Are the slides being used elsewhere? The answer is yes. Do you want to use it? It is up to you for you to take an internal compliance decision.
Additionally, if someone wants to add their own disclaimers, obviously it is a presentation format as you have already, so someone can add their disclaimers in it. If there are some disclaimers which you feel are very generic in nature and it has to be part of each and every presentation, you can inform us. We'll definitely try and cover in our documents. So that is a part
so
of it.
There is a disclaimer page which is already there. I'll show that page, which covers all the typical disclaimers which are part of any wealth industry or any wealth firm output. We've put those disclaimers here. This is the slide that you can see. Okay, this slide will come as if it has been made by you. This document has been prepared by, it will be your name here. Okay, herein referred to as wealth firm. So all these things which are typically there in the disclaimer are all here. For example, past performance, the fact that you are not an advisor, the fact that clients should speak to their own advisor, etc., all here. Okay. Now, let's move to the second piece, Vijay, which is another use case wherein once someone has become your client, okay, or if someone is trying to assess whether it is worth becoming client of a MFD or a RIA, they will try and test the waters by asking the guy that, you know, I want to start a SIP for 1 lakh rupees. Can you give me your suggestions? Very, very simple to test a particular MFD or a RIA. Or in case of an existing client, they will keep asking for suggestions on various scenarios that they're going through in their financial life. When they come out with such scenario, I want to share. Let me, you know, for 1 minute, stop the sharing. I want to give you various options which typically are being used by the people in the industry. So it's very easy to send a list of 4 funds to a client, right? Just go to your WhatsApp, send a simple WhatsApp, obligation came, revert done, finished, right? So that is send the revert over a WhatsApp. Second is send the revert over a email. Type a email, you look more professional. You want to become, take your experience to the next level. You make one small presentation, Excel sheet, do a little bit of analytics there, and then give it to the client. You want to do it the way wealth firms do, make a presentation and then deliver it to the client. That's what we want you to do, which is Whenever client is asking for any suggestions on mutual fund portfolio, deliver them a high quality institutional grade presentation. Top notch quality is what we want you to deliver to your clients. Okay, I'll share again my screen to give you one glimpse of what type of presentations will come out.
While Parag is sharing the screen, I would just like to highlight this quality of presentation typically takes at least a day's time by one person to create, and then it gets verified and everything. So this complete journey of a day can be covered within 2 minutes through this platform. Parag, if you can.
Yeah, Vijay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start the journey. Let's take a use case. Vijay, tell me name of any person who's attending the call today.
So I would like to take the first name in the list, Mr. Aditya Chajed. Aditya
Let's
with
say
a double A.
Aditya. Let's say Aditya. Aditya is Parag's client. Okay. Aditya has called Parag that I need to invest 25 lakh rupees. Okay. So let's say 25,000 lakh. 25 lakh rupees needs to be invested for a period of 7 years. Okay. Risk profile of Aditya is aggressive. Now I need to give suggestions to Aditya. I have built certain model portfolio for me to quickly create certain proposals. So you can go to masters, create model portfolios basis what you want to suggest to your clients. So I have, for example, on my screen right now, 3 portfolios, SIP, wealth and test. Let's take first portfolio, which is SIP proposal. Let's go to next screen. I will be able to choose any of these model portfolios. I choose the first one, SIP proposal. Next. As soon as I do that, system will give me a screen wherein 25 lakhs worth of amount, 100% equity portfolio basis the model portfolio that I have chosen. It will say this portfolio has given last 3 years 22% return, benchmark gave 17% return. You are giving 5 products to the client. Equity, within equity, it is 50% large cap. Sorry about it. So within equity, it is 50% large cap, 50% mid and small. If you're comfortable, good. If you're not comfortable, you can change it on the screen. I'll tell you how to do that. Let's assume we want to remove which one? Let's say we want to remove 10% from mid and small. So let's make quant mid cap as 10, Franklin smaller companies at 10. We are at 100%. We need to add it somewhere. Let's add to Franklin FlexiCap 30 and Mirai large 30. We're back to 100. But this thing on the right would have gone for a change. So we'll have to refresh it. When we refresh it, we will see a different picture. Now the large cap is around 60. Right? Mid cap is 27. Small cap is 13. So you can play around with the platform, figure out what is comfortable for the client. You will see new top 5 stocks, top 5 sectors whenever you make change. If you want to add more products, go here. You can add more products. Let's assume we say we want to add a corporate bond fund for the client. Let's add it. Let's add a corporate bond fund, 10% debt. Let's make it 10% debt and 20% equity. Once we do that, we refresh it. Once we refresh, you'll see a new tab coming here, debt. It was not there earlier. Now it is there. In debt, this particular fund has a YTM of 7.8% with a duration of 3.4% with top 5 securities and credit rating. All these things happen over the fly. You can see now CAGR has gone down. It was like 20% odd. It is down to 18%. We've added a corporate bond fund. It is 90% equity, 10% debt now. Right? Now you are comfortable with the client portfolio. Do next. You'll be able to download a presentation or an Excel sheet. Select the slides. If you want more slides, less slide, depending on you, click next. Once you do that, you will be able to download a presentation. That is it. This is how much it takes to deliver a high quality experience to a client. Right. So this is the presentation which is there for Aditya. So 25 lakh rupees, 90% equity, 10% debt, 100% liquid, aggressive client, 7-year horizon. The character and the strategy of the portfolio will automatically be captured on this slide. Return the way a typical analyst or a high quality advisor would write. This is the portfolio that you are trying to propose to the client, equity and debt. Now we are going deep into every asset class. Equity portfolio. What is the character of the portfolio? What are the insights? Large, mid, small, etc., will come here. You will see sector allocations, top 10 stocks, top 5 sectors, geographical allocation, large, mid, small for every scheme in the portfolio, performance of every scheme that you're proposing to the client. Then we move to the debt portion of the portfolio. You can see second point, duration is 3.4 years, which we saw there, which is in line with interest rate views. You can change it here if you want. This is the debt portfolio. YTM of the portfolio, duration along with AAA, AA. Performance of the scheme that we are suggesting to the client and comparing that to the benchmark. And these are the data points. So this is the type of presentation or the proposal that you can send to the client when you look for it. Right? So this is what I wanted to share, Vijay.
Okay. So adding to this, all these funds which are selected in the presentation comes from where? So do we recommend it, or are they advisors their own buy list, sell list? Can you just elaborate a bit on that?
Sure. Wonderful question. I'll have to again share my screen. Okay. So when we go to the platform, there is this masters. You go to product views. When you go to product views, you will be able to add recommendations. You can upload that Excel sheet of your recommendation or add recommendation. These are all your recommendations, my recommendations, right? When you go to add recommendations, you will see the entire universe. This is the entire universe of mutual funds. You can see 2000 pages got loaded, 2094 pages, 5 product per page. More than 10,000 mutual fund across various schemes are there. You can choose your fund. You can do buy, sell, hold on this. Once you do buy, sell, hold, these funds, let me do only this one, first one. This one you will see it has come up here as buy. Okay, so once it is there, then only those type of funds. One, we saw the model portfolio route. There are other routes also where the system will decide on the basis of your buy list and try to optimize the portfolio that it meets the requirements of the client.
Okay. Wonderful. So even from the model portfolio route, advisor can actually set the model portfolio, and when they are not in office, they can tell anyone in their office to create a client proposal based on the already predefined model portfolios, right?
Absolutely, Vijay.
Great. So I think last few minutes left for the webinar. We have some questions regarding the platform and regarding the cost structure for the same. Before that, I would like to ask a wonderful question asked by Meeta Mehta. She's saying, what all are the points covered in the client retention? So how does one retain a client using this platform?
Sure. So see, for retention of a client, you'll have to, deepen your trust with the client, right? Competition is trying to poach your client. For you to deepen the trust, how would you deepen the trust? Client should feel that you are the one of the best person on the investment side to deal with. That is what will build the trust. Second is client should know that you value the relationship. Client should know that you are willing to spend time and effort. Client should know that you are on the top of the client's portfolio. So how do you do all of these things? Only when you are able to share insights which are coming out of client's portfolio. Only when you do certain stuff on a monthly basis. So let's assume if client has shared mutual fund portfolio with you, and if you are able to give such an insight to the client and your existing client also, the client will say, boss, it's not only my portion which is invested through, let's say, this particular MFD or RIA. It is actually the overall portfolio on which they're able to give me insights. I should keep engaging with them because they are able to give me insights on the total portfolio, right? Because they are very, very professional in sending me presentations, giving me inputs, thoughts. One second. Am I audible, Vijay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so only when you showcase to the client that you are putting in effort, time, you're building trust by sharing insights, which comes out of our platform. That will be powerful for you to add that extra bit of trust, which will help you deepen the wallet share. The system will also give you an opportunity to position the products that you want to position by highlighting things which needs to be moved out of the client portfolio, right? That is another way to deepen the wallet share. When clients request you for a SIP or a lump sum piece, give your best by sharing high quality presentations so that again client says, you know what, this MFD or RI has spent so much time and effort by giving me a proposal. It is probably I'll have to give them at least 50% of whatever I was thinking, right? So you will not lose to competition who's just bringing in great brand name. You get to the client's portfolio, deepen the wallet share by way of your quality, your experience that you're trying to deliver.
Definitely. And in this world, we are obviously too much lured by the experiences, be it cars or phones. So why not investment? Thanks, Parag. On the last leg, can we cover the pricing of the same, as there are few questions which are related to pricing? Can you
So
share the
pricing
screen,
is
please?
yeah. So pricing is very, very transparent. You'll have to do everything on our online journey only. So what you need to do is that let me take you to our Beyond IRR homepage. So you can look at the pricing by clicking on the pricing piece. So which is 10,000 rupees per annum, but available for you for a limited period of time till we exhaust whatever
30th of
number of
June.
logins that we were looking at. Yeah, so first 100 logins is what we are looking at, and we are close to that. We are offering it for 4,995 per login per annum. Okay. And then on top of it, there will be GST because we are registered with GST. This is a 50% off to you. This is an essential plan. Sometime in future, we will keep adding more and more plan, more and more features, more and more power. It's the early bird offer for you to grab this price. Very, very transparent. You'll have to subscribe now or you can start your free trial. Completely transparent journey. Nothing that, we give you different prices to different people. It is one single price which is available online journey. You can start your 14-day free trial and then take the subscription, no problems. You can connect with us. You can leave your phone number, email ID. We will do that. Or Vijay, our phone number is also shared here.
So once the webinar ends, what we'll do is we'll send an email to each and one of you with our
Yeah.
contact details, our support number, and the email ID.
Yeah. So otherwise,
Okay.
I'll share one screen, Vijay. Let people take note of that particular piece. Let me take them to one particular slide which has our details. Yeah, so people who are interested just can note down this email ID and phone number. Let us know. We will be able to get through uh, to you by calling you back or responding to you on the email ID that you sent it to us. Yeah.
Okay. So Parag, there's a follow-up question with the pricing part here. So Mr. Raghu Yadav is
Yeah.
asking, do you charge additional for OTP-based cash fetch? If yes, the charge is per API or a fixed cost?
No, so in this particular package, you will get 75 credits for MF Central APIs, and for CamSCAS, it is right now given to you on an extended basis, so you can use it as much as possible. Once you exhaust your credits of 75, you can buy another 75 credits of Mutual Fund Central by paying 2,000 rupees. So it is on the basis of MF Central because they are charging us as well. So we would have to charge you to use MF Central. So what we are doing is for every 75 MF Central credits, you'll have to pay us 2,000 rupees.
Okay. So adding to that, the MF credits will not be used if the client logs in because the NAVs get updated on daily basis. So no credit are used. Only in the case when the client updates the portfolio, credit is utilized by the MF center.
Absolutely.
Great, Parag. The last question which I want to take today is by Mita Mehta. The question is, can we do a setting that if we send the link for an instant review, the client can only upload eCash and OTP part is disabled for them? Is it possible to do that?
So as of now, because we have a standard software, that is not possible. We take this as a feedback. We'll explore if something can be done in future. But as of now, a client has both the option because the world we are living in experience is of highest importance. So if it gives you, if a client is willing to take that experience, we would like to explore. But if this is a requirement, we'll definitely explore internally and come back.
Okay. So I think that's all for today. We have already reached our deadline. Thank you everyone for attending the webinar. We'll be sending you all an email just after the webinar. Please connect to us if you have any queries. We are always there to help you with the same. And I would like to urge at least start with your trial mode so that you are more used to the software and you realize how it is used. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.